Friends, she is, I call her my dope little sister because she is. I hope she doesn't mind. I never cleared
No,
with her whether
I
that was
don't.
okay.
Totally fine.
She is my dope little sister. She has one of the best food blogs on the planet.
Oh
Yes, I
my
said it
god.
because it is. She is warm and compassionate and friendly. And on this Mother's Day weekend, she is a mom of a little one who is just, I'm sure, the apple of her eye as she is to him. Um,
Oh,
she is my friend. Friends. Her
yes.
name is Shanika Graham-White. She is the owner of one of my favorite blogs on the interwebs, Orchids and Sweet Tea. And she, friends, is back for I'll Bring Dessert. Thank you for coming back, Shanika.
Of course. Hi, everybody.
How are you today?
I am good. I'm
Good.
excited because this time we get to do Jamaican, which we didn't get to
Yes.
do last time. And so, yeah,
No.
I'm excited.
But we did make, remember what we made last time? That
Yes,
creamy garlic chicken yoki soup?
turkey soup. Yep.
I had to hide it
Super
in
easy.
the back of the fridge so that I could have enough of it for myself. So,
Yes.
yes. Ooh, just thinking about it just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside.
Right?
Today, it is super yucky outside here. I don't know what it is where you are in New York.
It's pretty mild, surprisingly,
Oh,
but it's not
nice.
hot. So we are still not in like spring kind of weather yet, which is crazy.
Ew.
Yeah.
So this is a recipe, and we're going to talk about it in a second. This is a recipe that would be
Mhm.
perfect for that, then, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
for
it's
sure.
also perfect for this yucky weather that we're having here, right?
Yep. Yep.
And it would
And
also
even
be
hot.
perfect if
Yeah.
it
It was
was
hot.
yucky.
Yeah.
So basically, friends, there is never a bad time to eat the recipe that Shanika has brought to the blog or to the podcast, to the blog, that Shanika has brought to the podcast. There's never about a bad time for it. So, Shanika, tell me
Nope.
what we are making today on I'll Bring Dessert.
Well, today, folks, we are making authentic Jamaican curry chicken.
Okay, okay, bring it down.
I know, I know. It's gonna be good, folks. It's gonna be good.
Good? I don't think good is quite the word that I was thinking. Like it's
Great,
going to be
delicious.
incredible. Like
Yeah.
I have been marinating chicken since yesterday.
Yes, we marinate our chickens, folks, up to 2 days prior. That is how we
Yes.
do it. Yes,
And tell
and
me
so
why. Tell people why we do that.
well, first off, the flavors, and so you allow the seasonings to really sit on that chicken and really,
Ooh.
like, get in the meats. And it also tenderizes the chicken a bit, so it
Yeah.
also helps with the cook time, yes. So, yeah,
So it'll just be ready
marinating
to
that
fall off the
chicken.
bone then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this is another Shanika recipe that I'm going to have to hide in the back of my fridge is what you're
I
telling
think
me.
so, yes.
Okay, I can do that. I'm very, very excited about today. This recipe, we want to jump right into the recipe today
Yes.
because it's going to take a little while to like get it going, and I want everybody to see the finished product. I also have a surprise for dessert, but we'll get to that a little bit later because
Right?
we're not eating dessert yet. We are getting ready to make authentic Jamaican curry chicken. So I'm going to
Yes.
turn on my cooktop. While
Okay.
I'm waiting for my cooktop to warm up a bit, I want to talk about you.
Ooh,
You ready to
okay.
talk about you today?
Ready.
So remind everybody about your roots and how we arrived in Jamaica today.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I am, if in case people didn't realize from the last conversation, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida,
Mhm.
but I want to give about 90% of my family is Jamaican. And
Uh-huh.
so it's like growing up in the South, but full on Jamaican culture. And
Nice.
so, yeah, so I think like just growing up, that was like my main roots. That was like the main thing, how we ate, is just Jamaican culture.
Mhm.
Jamaicans generally don't steer that far from Jamaican food. And if they do, it's like occasional. And
Uh-huh.
so like in my household, like Jamaican dishes were every day. And
Okay.
so yeah, like I said, 90% of my family is from there. And so I used to go every summer when I was a kid, stay the entire summer. Yeah. I
In
lived
Jamaica.
there at one point, yes, in
Oh,
Jamaica.
wow.
I lived
Oh,
there when I was
wow.
like 2. I lived there for like a year.
Uh-huh.
And so like, yeah, so I haven't been in a while. Don't
Uh-huh.
shoot me guys. But yeah.
Nobody would ever want to do that to you, by the way. Like,
Right,
no,
right.
literally nobody would ever want to be mad at you. It can't
Right.
happen. Your poor
Yeah.
husband, I'm sure he can like never be mad at you, right? Your son can never have an
I know.
attitude with
Oh
you.
my
It's not
gosh.
possible. It's not possible. But anyway, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes.
So you live
Yeah.
there.
So
You haven't
when
been
I
for
was
a
like,
while, but you
haven't
okay.
been for a while. Yeah, but I used
Okay.
to go every summer and I spent the summer. And during the summer, because their school scheduling is a little bit different than ours, I used to go to school there. And so, yeah, so it was like a whole experience, guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so in Jamaica, it's very different. I'm sure now, especially because now, like technology and it's like more modern. But
Yeah.
back then, when I used to go as a kid, like when I was like 11, 12, um, it was very interesting. It was a different culture shock. Because,
Really?
yeah, like during that time, like let's say when I was like 8, 9, 10, um, it wasn't as developed and modern that as
Okay.
I was used to. So like here, like there, they didn't have like a lot of people didn't have like the standard bathrooms. And
Right.
so they had bathrooms that were like this little shed like thing.
Uh-huh.
And so like it wasn't like a toilet that you flushed or like it was really different. Like you like took
Yeah.
showers outside. But it was
Oh,
really interesting that it was like really nature filled. So that
the
was
way
pretty
I love
cool.
an
But it was
outdoor shower though.
I know, right?
Like I love an outdoor shower. You're just like feeling your body and listening to bird song. Like that's
Yes,
not a
yes.
loss.
Right,
That is
right.
definitely not a loss. So for this
Yeah.
recipe, my pot, my Dutch oven
Mhm.
is heated. For this
Okay.
recipe, you have a special step at the top of the recipe. Can you explain that to our viewers, please?
Yes. Okay, so if you guys are able to locate Jamaican curry powder, then with this, you would actually first add your olive oil and then you'll add the curry powder and you have to burn it. And so
Okay.
burning it is essentially just browning it. And that's because Jamaican curry powder is kind of harsh on some people. And
Hmm.
so a lot of people might have digestive issues if you don't do that. And so
Okay.
you don't wanna just put the raw curry on your in your sauce directly. You kinda wanna burn it first, which helps with the digestion.
I don't today have authentic
Mhm.
Jamaican curry powder. I do have curry powder, of course, because you're
Right.
making curry chicken. So since I don't have to burn my curry, right?
No, you don't. No.
And burning the curry, what does that do? Does it break down that harshness that you were talking about?
Yes, it breaks down the harshness and it also kinda caramelizes it, so it actually also
Mm.
adds a lot of aroma and flavor. Yeah.
Okay, so note to self: next time I make this, number one, I'm calling you,
Right.
and number two, I will make a note to myself to make sure that I
Mhm.
have authentic Jamaican curry powder next time.
Yes. And it's available on Amazon for people who might not have like a local grocer. If you don't
Mhm.
need to get it like right away, you can get it on Amazon. Like I have, and if you go to like my Amazon shop, I have it actually like the best brands that you can buy on Amazon. So
Oh,
it's
awesome!
actually, yeah, so people can get it even if they don't have a local grocer that has it. Yeah. But you just,
That's
yeah.
that's amazing. I'm gonna make sure that we link your Amazon shop
Yes.
in the section below so that people
Okay.
can find these things really, really easily. So thank you for
Yeah. Of
letting me know that.
course.
What I do have is a bag
Ooh.
of chicken that
Well
has convinced
marinated.
my whole house. Yes. And I was able to find another special ingredient called browning. So can you tell us what that
Ooh.
is?
Yes. So basically, browning is like essentially brown sugar with hot boiling water, and it creates this like dark caramelized color.
Mm,
And basically, that's what it does. Like it says, it gives the chicken some color.
mhm.
And if people don't have that, they actually can just like put brown sugar inside their Dutch oven and
Okay.
kind of like caramelize their chicken and brown it that way. So there's
So you
also
don't
the
have to do that
alternative of
today.
doing it more naturally versus
Yeah,
getting the sauce. But yeah, it essentially just gives added flavor and it makes it have color.
I love that. I love that. I was so happy that I was able to find it. I actually found it at my local grocer. So
Nice.
shout out to
Okay.
Giant for carrying
Right?
mine. All right. So what am I doing first today? Since I don't have to
Okay.
burn my curry.
Right. So now that your Dutch oven is heated, you're gonna add your olive oil and then you're
Okay.
gonna
How
let that heat
much?
up. Essentially, we don't measure, but you can do
Right.
like 2 to 3 tablespoons just
Sure.
until it's like covered at the bottom. You just want it
Got it.
covered. Yeah.
We are covered at the bottom.
Yep. So once that heats up, then you're gonna
Mhm.
first start by browning your chicken. So we always like to sear our
Really?
chicken on the
Yes.
outside to get a little bit
Okay.
of a crust, but also you want to kind of like, temp it a bit. I
Holy
know that must
moly.
smell good.
Holy moly. I almost said something else. My daughter's sitting right over there. Now, do you want me to batch this chicken or do you want me to just put it all in here?
Yeah, put it all in. Yep, if
All
it can
right,
fit.
let's go.
That's why I like Dutch ovens because they can fit.
Let's go.
Wow, beautiful,
What a pretty color.
right? Yeah, it gives it really nice color.
You want about 3 minutes per side?
Yeah, about that.
All right, I'm gonna batch this because I want it. You said you want kind of a sear on each side?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah. I think we should
Yeah.
batch it because I have a
Okay.
lot of chicken in here. All right. All right. So 3 minutes per side. Just gonna get your
Mhm.
hands real quick. Oh, wow. This is amazing. I am so very happy right now. Like you have no
I
idea how happy
know.
you're making me. Curry is one of my favorite things to eat. It's also one of my favorite smells in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Um,
and
so
it's so versatile because one of the things about this recipe and, like, a lot of the recipes I try to make is just to kinda give preference to
yeah,
people, so even
yeah.
someone who doesn't like chicken, like, curry can be in almost everything, like, you can do fish, you can do shrimp, you can do
Hmm.
lobster, you can do mushrooms, you can do
You can do goat.
chickpeas. Yes. Yeah, oh,
Do
that's
you
another
eat goat?
dish
Do you eat
that we
curry
love.
goat?
I have not in a while, but I
Okay.
that was, like, my favorite dish, literally. Curry goat and
Really?
white rice. Yeah, like, for sure.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that was your
Yeah,
app, like your favorite?
absolute favorite.
I love
Absolute.
it.
Besides,
See,
I think besides jerk chicken, like, that was, like,
okay.
my number 1. Yeah.
Now, for people who
Yeah.
don't know, tell us the difference between curry and jerk.
Okay, so the difference is, of course, mainly in the seasoning, and so jerk,
Yeah.
it's more of, like it's a bit more spicy.
Right.
The jerk seasoning is a lot more spicy. You can actually make it dry rub or you can use a marinade. So I have on my jerk chicken, my pineapple jerk chicken recipe, I actually have both. So you can do, yeah, I know that was like
Repeat
another
that,
one
please. Repeat that,
too.
please. It is a what?
Pineapple jerk chicken, yes.
I'm done.
I
I'm
know.
done. I'm done. You, I'm done. I'm done. I'm,
Oh my gosh. Yes, yes,
I'm
I
trying to
know.
come back from that
Yeah.
because,
It's a killer combo though. Like if anyone hasn't tried
man,
it, you have to. It's a must.
oh, I have to try that.
Yeah.
I have to try it. I have to do it.
Yeah.
It must be done. It
It
must be
must be
done.
done. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry. You were telling us the difference between jerk
Mhm.
and curry.
Yeah. So yeah, basically it's all in the seasoning and the flavor. And
Hmm.
so curry, you have more of like this saucy consistency, obviously. And
Yes.
then with jerk, it's more like dry rub, especially like the authentic. They do it on a
Yeah.
grill. And
Oh,
so, yeah, so it's actually done like on a grill. And so you get that charred kind of toasty kind of flavor. Yeah, and then usually you can kind of add a sauce to it if you want. You can make like a barbecue jerk sauce so that it's not dry, but some people eat it dry, and it's usually eaten with bread. Yeah,
mm. So the
yeah.
next time you come on,
We got to do that pineapple jerk. Yeah.
I mean, my grill is like begging, it's
But
begging
you
me.
also can do it in the oven. I did
Oh,
mine in the
you,
oven. Yeah,
you
for those who don't have a
said,
grill. But if you have a
you
grill,
said
then
we
we
have
can
a
enjoy
grill.
it. Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and turn this.
Okay. I can imagine the smells. You're gonna get all that smelling as
Listen,
you sear that chicken. Yeah.
listen. You are not lying to me right now. These
Yep.
smells. Mm,
Crazy. Mm-hmm.
see, I'm like trying to figure out where I am. I'm like lost. I am intoxicated by the smell.
I can
Oh my
imagine.
gosh. All right. So you said that the other half of your family is from the South,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. Well, not half.
Or the other
Like
part of
a
your
small.
family.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what made you want to not necessarily bridge the gap, but include both Jamaican and Southern recipes on your amazing site?
Honestly, I think because it just represents me. Like I
Yeah.
grew up eating a lot of Southern food because of that side, and then obviously, like I said, like with my Jamaican side. So I felt like
Mhm.
it just authentically represents me. And so I think it's also too because it's so polarizing the two. I
Oh,
kind of want to give people that kind of like middle ground of like, this is
right,
what it is to have some Jamaican things, and this is what it
right,
is to have some Southern things. But they're both like based on flavor, both based on comfort food, both based on like creating with love. So I'm like,
right.
why not kind of like introduce people to both?
Do you
Yeah.
find any similarities in the actual cuisines themselves?
Um, I wouldn't say flavor wise, but I think process wise, yeah.
Okay,
I think with Southern food and Jamaican food, they kind of take it takes more time, and so
yes,
it's not all quick and
definitely,
easy, and yeah, so you get more comforting kind of flavors there. I
absolutely.
think the complexities can
Hmm.
kind of be the same as well. I think with Southern food, things are like well seasoned or
Oh,
like well
absolutely.
spiced. Yeah, same thing with Jamaican. So I think in the process, there's a lot of similarities. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Was there a point in your life where you had a preference for one versus the other, or have you always just loved to have both at different, at different times?
I think when I was younger, I had more of a preference for Southern food because, like
Hmm.
you can get into the mac and cheese and the cornbread
Hmm.
and,
Hmm.
the banana puddings. And so as a kid, you're like, yeah, this is what I love. I think because Jamaican food is it's so what's the word, foodie, like
Hmm.
you're getting the dumplings and you're getting the yams and it's like heavier foods, and so I think I appreciated that more in my teens and my adulthood. Yeah.
You are making me so
Yeah,
hungry. I'm actually sitting here cooking, like getting ready
I
to enjoy
know.
this delicious meal. And you are making me like incredibly, incredibly hungry right now.
Oh my gosh.
Mm, mm, mm. Remind me again what made
Mhm.
you think about starting a blog? I'm gonna put a little more
Yes.
oil.
um so what made me start a blog? Honestly, I stumbled upon it. So I
Okay.
think back in 2016, before, like, that's when blogging, I think, kind of like was emerging.
Hmm.
And so at first, you're on Facebook and you're kind of sharing, like, oh, I made this tonight on social media.
Absolutely.
And then you have family and friends that are like, oh, I love seeing like what you make. And so I kind
Right.
of stumbled upon the process of blogging, and I realized, like, oh, there's a place in the corner of the web that I can actually like share this and
Hmm.
educate people on this. And so, yeah, I just kind of stumbled upon it and it just grew legs.
I will definitely. I'll say it grew long legs, long beautiful legs.
Right?
And now you have this amazing blog. And last time you were here, we actually talked about the evolution of your blog.
Right.
Would you
Yeah.
mind just briefly just telling people
Yeah,
that story
yeah.
again? Because I think it's such a beautiful story about your personal evolution and how you were able to go through that evolution, that transformation process kind of in front of
Right.
the world, which is super dope. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when I first started the blog, I started off doing a lot of vegan dishes. At
Hmm.
that time, I was experimenting heavily on the vegan diet because postpartum, I had a lot of changes in my body, and dairy and gluten was kind of the two things that my body somehow just stopped kind of like being able to digest
Right?
well. And so I was like, researching the vegan diet, vegetarianism, went with the vegan, didn't last that long.
Hmm.
And then tried vegetarian, realized like I was leaning a lot more on the dairy. And so like the blog started off with like a lot of vegan dishes. Then it kind of evolved as I evolved in my own diet to not necessarily depending on being vegan, but then just kind of like incorporating healthier ingredients. And
Right.
so that became the thing. And then I was like, well, why not just introduce people to like how I eat? And so
Right.
like I was like, let's throw in that Jamaican, let's throw in that Southern, and
I
boom,
love
here we
that.
are.
I love this. I love this. I
Yeah.
love this. I love this. Was there a point when you were like, maybe I should, or did you ever feel like you were pigeonholed into remaining a vegan blogger or a vegetarian blogger? Did you ever feel like, okay, I chose this path, I have to stay on
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of like one of the challenges when you
it?
start, especially when you start to grow your blog and your brand. It's like
Hmm.
people are used to seeing you or they come with
Right.
a expectancy. And so when you shift, it's like, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
I came here for this. And so, like, why are you doing this? So I think that I think with me, the thing that made it really authentic and really interesting was just that instead of just saying I'm no longer doing vegan diets or vegan dishes only, like I
Right.
transitioned to kind of include everyone. And
Hmm.
so I think it kind of reflects even in my family, like everybody doesn't eat the same. And so I think I took that concept and I still made it where vegans can come to me and still
Hmm.
get options, and so can vegetarians, and so can meat eaters, and so can people who don't need gluten or can't eat
Right.
gluten. So I kind of made it a table where everyone can kind of, and so I think that's what made it more,
Oh my gosh. You made it a table where everyone can eat. Like,
yeah.
how sweet. How sweet is that? That is such a sweet,
Yeah.
sweet sentiment. And it's a hard thing to do. I hope
Yeah.
that the people who read your blog can really appreciate how difficult it is to try to appease almost everyone, right? Even
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
this dish, I noticed, like in your blog post itself, which I read, um, in your blog post itself, you talk about how you can use this for shrimp, you can use it for chicken, you can use it
Yeah.
for chickpeas, you can use it for many different things. And for somebody
Yeah.
who is pescatarian, who may not eat chicken, that would be super
Yeah.
helpful. That's very
Right.
helpful knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a lot of extra work for
Ooh.
you to have to, I know, right? It's a lot of extra work for you to do that. So I just
Yeah.
hope if you don't get like appreciation posts all the time for people who like your
Right.
stuff, this is your appreciation
Thank
YouTube.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm on the last side of browning the
Okay.
second batch of my chicken. What do
Perfect.
I need to do? And it smells incredible. Like if I was Best of
It
Boss,
looks
I might actually
incredible.
pinch a piece of this, but I'm
Oh
not
my
going to do
gosh.
that. But
Right.
what am I gonna do next after this last side finishes?
Yeah. So once you finish that last side, you're going to take
Hmm.
the rest out and put it in with the rest of the chicken on the plate. And then
Okay.
you're going to add more olive oil if you need it, which you
Okay.
probably might.
Okay.
And then this is where you're going to saute like your garlic and your onions. And yeah, then we get to
Garlic,
the sauce.
onion, ginger.
Yep.
So I
Mm-hmm.
have my garlic, onion,
Nice.
ginger, habanero,
Nice.
and red bell pepper
Yes.
in this
Mm-hmm.
little container. And you're
Perfect.
saying this is what I'll be sauteing
Sauteing. Yep.
after my chicken finishes. I can't wait.
Yep.
I am going to need a little bit more oil, so I'm going to grab some
Okay.
from right over here in just a second.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm so excited to make curry with you. You're
Yeah.
somebody who grew up eating Jamaican food. You are Jamaican. Um,
Right.
but you grew up eating a lot of Jamaican food. Like, this is something that is near and dear to you, and it's something that you're sharing
Yeah.
with me today. And when you asked me if we could make this, I almost
Right.
like fell over
Oh my gosh.
because it's something so special, right? That you're
Right.
willing to share this loving dish, and that's what it is.
Right.
That
Yeah.
you're willing to share it with me, and not only are you willing to share it, you're willing to literally walk me through it, so that every
Yeah.
time I make it, I can be proficient. That's really sweet of you. So I appreciate that.
Of course.
I'm gonna grab a little bit more oil.
Okay.
All right, got my oil, my chicken. Let's just check this side. Like, come on, y'all. Can we just take a minute to
Perfectly
appreciate
brown.
how pretty this is? Like,
Right?
come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Can we just? Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be good. It's
Oh,
gonna be good, folks.
and I have this beautiful crust on the bottom of my pot. I
Oh
like the
yeah,
crust.
and
Some people freak out
we're gonna
about it.
use. I know, no, we need all that flavor, so we're sautéing it right in, right in.
All right, so a little bit more oil
Yes.
right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like we said, this is our garlic, ginger, green onions, and habanero peppers. So we're going to go right in with that. Oops. We don't want the container in there. Oh, all right. I'm just going to stir this around. How long do you want me to stir this around?
You can do like a minute or two. You just kind of want them to get fragrant.
Oh my gosh, the smell.
Oh. You smell it, right? Yeah.
I'm being
Really
transported
good.
today. I'm not in Maryland anymore. It's not
Oh
about
my
to
gosh.
storm. It's not. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that smell. That smell is divine.
So good, right?
It's divine.
Yeah.
It's divine.
Yep.
How did you learn how to make curry chicken?
Oh my gosh. I think just growing up seeing my parents make it and like family members. Like I literally just grew up watching them make it. And so when I decided to try it, I was like, oh, okay.
It's easy. Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah.
Was it?
It's not bad. All you just need is a ton of ingredients. That's the thing about Jamaican cooking. Like you're gonna have a handful of things to kind of mince and seasonings to use, but the steps are fairly easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm giving myself
You
I'm giving myself a habanero facial right now,
right?
y'all. Whether or not that's advisable, I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
I can't keep my face from over the top of this. Okay, so we are
Right.
very fragrant. Everything
Okay,
is
perfect.
beautifully colored. So what do you want me to do next?
Okay, so now we can start adding in our seasonings, the curry powder, and you're gonna add in a bit of salt. You're gonna do the allspice and black pepper.
Okay.
Yep.
So all of my seasonings are right here. I have thyme in there too because when I went to the store, I could not find good thyme, and I have a thing about buying fresh spices that don't look fresh.
Yeah.
So I went to my
But I mean,
spice
dry
cabinet.
thyme works, so that still works.
Will I still be authentic?
Of course, right.
So once the liquid is in, what do you want me to do?
So that was just the coconut milk. Did you add in the chicken stock yet?
I did. The coconut
Perfect. So
milk,
both of
chicken
them were
stock,
together.
and soy sauce were in here.
Perfect. Okay, so you're gonna let that like simmer a bit. You want to get a little boil, and once you see that boiling, then you can go ahead and you can re-add in your chicken. You can add in the potatoes, and then you have. Did you do the carrots or no?
I did.
Perfect. Okay, so those are already in. Yeah. So then you'll just have in your potatoes, add in your chicken.
But carrots should be in already?
Yes.
Okay.
You can add it in now. It's fine. I mean, it's all gonna cook and tenderize either way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So once you get a little simmer, then you go ahead and re-add in your chicken, and then you add in the potatoes. Yep. And then
And
it's
then,
literally going to like do its thing. You're gonna let it simmer and cover it up so that
yeah.
it just gets nice and tender. And once that meat starts cooking, the potatoes get tender, and then you're like open for business.
And
It's
how long do you
literally
want?
just letting it, you're just letting it cook and do its thing.
So the longest process in this, or the longest part of this whole process, is the chicken marinade.
Yep,
That's
literally.
amazing. All
Yeah.
right, we are simmering. We are
Perfect.
simmering.
Okay, so yeah, so we can add in our chicken
Okay.
and then you add in your potatoes and then you're just gonna stir to make everything coated, of course.
Of course. My goodness.
And no one needs to worry about if it's like a lot of sauce. It's
Uh-huh.
going to all like it's gonna dry out more, and so the potatoes are also a great thickener as well for people who don't
Yes.
know. So
Yes,
you
yes,
don't have to
yes.
do flour or any of that stuff. Like
Oh,
the
no, 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 no.
potatoes, as they simmer slowly, it'll all
Uh-huh.
thicken up the sauce nicely on the chicken.
I'm putting everything from this plate
Oh
into
yes,
here.
for sure.
We waste nothing here. All right.
Nothing.
Got my potatoes.
Perfect.
Everybody's
Add
in.
those.
There's a potato. There we go.
Stir it all
Again.
up to let it
Oh,
nice and be everything nice and coated.
yes. Should probably use my wooden spoon. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me grab my wooden spoon. My
Okay.
spatula did its job. Ooh, I love my spatulas, but
Yeah, that
it's time
spoon
to
though.
get in
Something about
here.
the spoon. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I feel like you're a real cook when you have
A
a
wooden
wooden
spoon.
spoon. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like the wooden spoon, you know?
Right. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to let this simmer for how long?
Usually you're gonna reduce it, let it simmer for 20 to 25 minutes
That's
covered.
it.
And so yeah, literally.
Will it be
Like it's
ready
gonna
to
do its
eat in
thing.
25 minutes?
Absolutely. Yep.
Shanika?
Yeah,
Um,
it's literally not bad. Literally, it's just
it's really
putting
not.
everything in and then you just let it do its thing.
Ugh. Did you tell me before that your grandfather was a prolific cook? Was that you?
Yes, so I learned this after his passing actually, that
You
he used
did.
to actually cook briefly for NASA. And
Uh-huh.
so, yeah, he was a chef and then he got injured and then like that was like the last thing that he did. So,
Okay.
I grew up watching him like he didn't cook all the time, but when he
Uh-huh.
did, like I definitely noticed the passion. And I think that's kind of one of the things that I kind of grabbed from
Okay.
him. Yeah.
Was his passion.
Yeah, his
I'm
passion.
gonna
Ooh, yes. You see that boil? That's what we need,
Woo!
folks. Yes,
I made
ma'am.
this.
Stir that up. I
I
know.
made this.
Stir that up and let it continue to simmer.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Come on, Shanika. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And
That's
it's
what we
already
need.
tender. Like the chicken is already tender.
But you want that sauce to thicken up a little bit
Yeah.
more, the potatoes to get more tender, and trust
Okay.
me, it's going to be perfection. Yeah.
And this is about the boil that we want. We don't want it any
Yeah.
lower than this. Okay.
No, I mean, I think that's good. It's looking like it's simmering.
The chicken's already
Yeah.
falling off. Like this piece fell off. I
Yeah,
don't know what to do
yeah.
with it. What should I do with it?
No, wait until the end. We want to be surprised. Yes. Wait till the end. Wait till the end. I want that first bite to be the like, yes. Nope, we're
But
not
it
going to
fell
do it.
off.
Let's not be tempted. I
It
know,
fell
but it
off
can
the
get right back
bone.
in the pot. It can get right back in.
You're such a mom. You are such a mom.
I
Fine.
know.
Fine. So
Yes.
while we are waiting for this,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
because I
You'll
have
you'll
to
thank
wait.
me. You'll thank me later. I always say that. Thank me later. You'll thank me later.
I hope
It's
so. Mm.
okay.
So while we are waiting, and I do mean waiting, for our chicken,
Mhm.
we have a little something,
Ooh,
something.
boy, why do I not live next door? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm like, I need to be
I'll
next
tell
door
them to
right
move
now,
out. I feel like they
right?
should move out and you and your family should move in. And that
Absolutely.
way
We
And
can
that
share
way,
dishes, like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. You do
Now,
dessert, I do dinner, and like,
oh my gosh, you took
right?
the words literally out of my mouth. Like, it would be so easy. And every night we could just have a little something sweet.
Right?
That's what my mother
Literally.
used to call it, a little something sweet.
A little something sweet. Yep.
All right. So I have these on a cookie sheet right now because my
Okay.
baking sheets don't fit into my refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
One of the things about these are peach hand pies. My daughter has been asking for peach hand pies for probably 3 or 4 months. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
baby, peaches won't be in season until the
Right.
middle of July. I mean,
Right.
let's call a spade a spade. People say, oh, yeah, June. No, I don't want a
It's
June.
July. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
July. It's
Yeah.
the mid to late July, like the third week of
Mhm.
August. Is
Right.
peach season around here. So we don't get good peaches. So
Mm.
I said today, let me go ahead and use these good frozen peaches and
Mhm.
make peach hand pies for my baby. My
Those
daughter
look good.
loves
Oh boy.
pie. And in
Yeah.
order to have a connection, right, there's a couple things that I used to
Okay.
connect our peach hand pies to our curry. They first of all, they are so juicy on the inside. I fully expect a river, which
I
is why I wanted to switch to this rimmed
yeah.
baking pan. I fully
Okay.
expect some peach juice on here. When we're
But
done,
there's no other way.
no, 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 no. There's really no other way. So I'm going to go ahead and vent these real quick. Oh boy.
They are perfection. Oh, and they're not even baked yet. Oh my gosh.
No,
I
not
could just
yet.
imagine the just the break apart in the bites. Oh,
They flake so beautifully. And
I
so
can
I was
imagine.
saying there's like two pieces of connection here. First of all,
Okay.
I
Mhm.
did my coconut crust, my coconut oil crust again. This is
Nice.
the best pie crust, I think, for beginners. People who are really intimidated about pie, who don't want to start by making all butter or the leaf lard
Yeah.
crust, because those can be a little tricky. And if you
Right.
don't want to work with shortening, coconut oil is like an amazing, 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 amazing fat to work with when you're making pie dough.
Yes.
So I did that. And then also, there's a kiss of ginger in these. So
Ooh,
my little,
nice.
thank you,
Yes.
my little homage to my curry
Curry
chicken.
chicken.
Ooh.
Yes.
So we're just going to do a very quick egg wash. I use
Okay.
the whole egg. Some people prefer egg whites. I
I
prefer the
use the
whole
whole
egg.
egg too. Yeah.
Yeah. I just find it gives a better color
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
the pie. I
Yeah.
don't need it to be like blonde. I want my pies to
You
be like
want that brown.
yeah, I
Yeah.
want that
Yeah.
deep color. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So I use the whole egg.
Okay.
Um and I use good eggs actually for my egg wash because I find that the better the egg, the more golden instead of yellow the
Ooh,
egg yolk,
really?
yeah, the
I
prettier
didn't
the
know
color
that.
of the pie. Yeah.
Thank
So I
you for
use like
that trick.
you're
I'm taking
welcome.
that mental note.
The other thing about my coconut pie crust, coconut oil pie crust,
Mhm.
I make this and then I shape it and I make whatever. If I'm making a pie, I shape it
Mhm.
like immediately. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I roll it out 3 times. I actually laminate this dough, so I roll it
Wow.
out super carefully the first time,
Okay.
and then I fold it over twice, and then roll it out again. The first time you have to roll it out really carefully because if you don't, you'll
Mhm.
just tear it up. It's very fragile at that point, but
Ah.
once you roll it out, once you fold it and you're rolling it
Mhm.
out a second time, you understand or you start to see, okay,
Mhm.
it's a more structured dough at this point. It's awesome. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's
I
the
am
science.
trying that trick. See, I'm talking
Yes.
about guys that baking. See, Shani, she knows.
But see, I just nerd out about this stuff. So I
Okay.
have my egg wash on here. I'm just
Perfect.
gonna do some
Oh yes.
turbinado with sugar, of course.
Of
I
course.
am using my convection oven. I actually use my convection feature for all pies.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love how the air that blows over it, it just again just contributes to that really beautiful crust. You don't have
Nice.
to, but if you're not
Right.
using convection, you definitely want to make sure that you're at the right baking temperature, which for these is 400 degrees.
Okay.
Either way, you want to make sure you're at the right temperature. But if
Right.
you are, if you're using a regular bake, like a non-convection function, you
Hmm.
definitely want to make sure you're at 400 degrees, or else you really won't get the best advantages. So
Got
these
it.
are going to go in, and while we're waiting for our curry,
Hmm.
those are going to be baking.
Hmm.
This time, I have another question for you.
Okay.
Barack and Michelle Obama are coming to your home for dinner.
Oh,
What are
okay.
you serving tonight?
Pressure.
Tonight.
Tonight.
What are you serving
Okay.
them? Yes, Barack and Michelle,
Hmm.
and Sasha and Malia, and
Okay.
obviously their
Right.
details, plural. And let's throw Joe and Jill in there too.
Okay. Got you.
I'm talking about these people like I know them. I
Right.
love them. I do not know them. So Barack,
Right.
Michelle, Sasha, Malia, their details, and of course the sitting president and first lady are coming to
Right.
your home tonight. You hear about this at what time is it? 3:41 p.m. What are you
Right.
serving them?
Oh, well, honestly, I don't know their personal preferences, but if I'm just going to be general, we're going to get fancy because it's like,
Ooh.
come on, why not? So I think I would probably serve them a nice pasta with lobster or
Ooh.
something. Yeah, like
Ooh,
I
can I
feel
come?
like we're going
Can
to
I
get
come?
fancy.
Can I come? I mean, you need a sous chef, right? You need a
Of
sous
course,
chef. You will
of
need a
course,
sous
of
chef.
course.
And I'm only
Yes,
a couple of hours away.
right? Perfect.
Ugh,
Yeah, so I think a nice lobster pasta. I actually have
okay.
a lobster Tuscan pasta. I think Tuscan flavors are like so bomb. Like when
Oh,
it
yeah.
comes to pasta, I literally can do everything Tuscan
Hmm.
because I just love the flavor profile of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think like a nice Tuscan lobster pasta, maybe with a
Okay.
side of like bread and salad.
I'll
You
bring
have
the
your whole
bread. I'll
right?
bring the
A
bread.
nice crusty bread too.
Yes,
Like,
of
yeah.
course. Of
I see you
course.
making that. Yes.
I'll be like Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm on my way, dear. I'm on
Right?
my way.
Yes. That is my movie. Oh my gosh. I binge watch that sometimes, like literally over and over on repeat.
Do you
That is my
really?
movie. I do.
I love
Literally
Mrs.
one of my
Doubtfire.
favorite movies. Yeah.
Really? See, this is why
Literally.
we are kindred. I did not prepare
Yes.
her for that question. She came up with Tuscan pasta and crusty bread. We
Yeah.
went to I'm on my way, dear.
It's crazy. Oh, 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 oh.
We are just
That's the
kindred.
timer.
And yes,
Oh
that
my
is our
gosh.
timer. Okay.
Oh, this is the
Oh.
time. So we're gonna do a last stir.
Oh. Oh.
Last stir,
Okay.
yes.
Can I eat it now? Can I eat it now?
You can try it now. You can try it now.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Did the sauce thicken up really nicely?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
It did. It
nice.
did.
Because again, you want a gravy, and so you
Yeah.
want that for your rice or whatever you're gonna eat it with. Yeah,
Mm. This is
I can
divine.
imagine. Yeah, yeah,
It is
yeah.
divine.
And people can also reduce or increase the spice. So that's also another disclaimer.
Right.
I start off with a lot of like Scotch bonnet, habanero,
Mhm.
but you can definitely reduce it if you don't like spice or increase it if you're good with it. So
Okay. I have blessed my food.
let's go. Let's see
Let's
what
get
you
it.
think. It's hot.
What
Be
is wrong
careful
with
now.
me? Hello, Shay. My daughter is right off camera.
She's ready. She's like, okay,
Mm.
what do we think?
We think we love it. We think we love it. Oh, this is delicious. This is delicious. Are you
Yeah.
joking? Once again, are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with
This
this recipe? This is seriously, I did not expect to make
right.
something this complex, this delicious. I mean, I knew what I was making today, right? And I
Yeah,
knew it would
yeah.
be delicious. I did not expect. the complexity out
Yeah.
of something that didn't take me too long to put together.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
I said, there's a list of ingredients. I think that's
Right.
fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it's
But the
not
process isn't
difficult.
hard.
The
No.
process is not hard.
It's
I
all
think
about
people need
letting
to
it simmer.
it is.
Yeah.
People need to remember, I think we should say, it's
Mhm.
important to handle habaneros very carefully.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Yes, it is.
so don't be willy-nilly, and then wipe your nose,
Yeah. Touching your hands
particularly,
and
yeah.
yeah. With your face.
And it's
Yeah.
really best to wear gloves if you're going to do that, even though I never do, but it is the best
Right.
practice.
Yeah.
But friends, she nailed this. She nailed this.
Wow.
And this is
Thank
something
you.
you all can make and need
Yeah.
to make literally without delay. The other thing
Oh, thank you.
that I hope you all
Ooh,
make,
those hand pies. Oh boy.
here they are. Oops.
The way to the Southern heart.
It's through a ham pie.
It's the perfect representation of me. Southern and Jamaican, guys.
How
It's
about
perfect.
that?
It's
These
perfect.
are fresh out of the
Oh my
oven.
gosh.
These are my peach hand pies. The smell
Wow.
in my kitchen right now is
Ridiculous.
crazy.
Ridiculous. I could
It's
imagine.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the ham pies that I make with this coconut oil crust, they are so
Hmm.
much better when they're warm. I'm gonna let those cool for about
Ooh.
5 minutes, and then I'm diving
Yeah.
right in. The inside of these peach peach filling, whether they're
Hmm.
frozen peaches or they are fresh peaches, it's always going to be very, very liquidy, full of water. So
Yeah.
actually, my peach filling is a cooked filling. I thicken that filling
Mm.
before I bake it, and it's still going to be very, it's still
Oh
going to be
yeah.
very liquidy.
Right.
But if you don't, you're going to have a lot of liquid that kind of seeps out. And there's really no way that I found to avoid that with these peach ham pies.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. And I like when I add the ginger, I prefer
Hmm.
it in a cooked peach filling as opposed to,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
a raw peach filling.
Yeah.
You're not,
Yeah.
either way, it's going to cook, but I just
Right.
think you get a lot more depth from
Yeah.
that
Cooking it.
cook.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this will be on my blog on Thursday when the episode
Oh
airs.
yes. And I
This,
am definitely making that.
are you? I would be
For
so honored,
sure.
Shanika.
Yes.
I would be
I
so
I've
honored.
I have not had a peach hand pie in a minute. And the fact that you made them with
Really?
frozen, yeah, because it's so hard to find peaches, like you said.
Mhm.
And so,
Mhm.
like, the fact that you made them with frozen peaches, yeah,
Yep.
I'm making it. And I will post it in my stories.
So today, friends, we have made the most delicious chicken I have ever had.
Oh my gosh.
This authentic
Thank you.
Jamaican chicken curry is the most
Hmm.
delicious chicken I have ever had in my life. The spice,
Thank you.
beautiful, and it doesn't blow your palate out. It doesn't. It
Right.
doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, the complexity of the sauce, like over rice and peas, forget about it. Just forget
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Um, the chicken itself is so tender. It's so tender. And that is from Shanika sharing her knowledge about the need to really marinate things well,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then you have the aromatics, like even the cooking, like the cooking process of this dish was so delightful because my senses were so activated
Yeah,
the
especially with the
entire
habanero
time.
disclaimers, folks. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you want to get that liquid in there, like after like the you start smelling it, you get that liquid in to kind of like mask
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
All right. So these just
Oh,
came
those
out.
hand pies.
All
Okay.
right. So how about this one? We are we good with
Yeah,
this one? All right.
we're great with that one.
So here's our hand pie, which is still piping
Ooh,
hot from the oven.
I can imagine,
Thank
but it looks beautiful. That crust, that
you.
golden, yes,
Yes, it did get golden.
and it's looking a little thick, so that means we got a good filling in there.
Yeah, we did. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit, just in case. Just in case.
Just in case.
And I don't think you guys are going to be able to see the flakiness, but maybe. Ugh,
Oh my
maybe.
gosh. And that filling. Oh.
Can you see?
We wish we can taste it.
I'll taste it for you. I'll take one for the team. Mm.
I know that's good. Oh
Oh,
my gosh. You can just see in the bite that's flaky. Yeah.
can you see how it like got on me?
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
flaky.
lamination. Those laminated
Wow.
layers, they just shatter when you bite into it, and I love that so much.
Oh
Mm,
my gosh.
that's it.
I can
That's
imagine.
the
It's
one.
a perfect tie-in, right? Like it just
Right,
works.
right.
Yep.
There's just like I said, that tiny kiss of ginger in there.
Yeah.
It's super hot. Mm, mm,
Yay, what a
mm,
success. This is a meal. This is what you
mm,
call a
mm,
meal on a Saturday.
mm,
Yes, ma'am.
mm. Quite a lunch.
Right?
Shanika, it has been it's been an immense pleasure to have you on here
Of
today.
course. Of
Um,
course.
Man, what a meal. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise about this authentic Jamaican chicken curry.
Of
Thank
course.
you for sharing that the ingredients that may not be in your local grocery store, you can find in your Amazon store. So we will
Yes.
definitely link that below so that people can find all of the ingredients that they need in order to make this
Okay.
the authentic way because that's what you want. Friends,
Right.
I am not I am not joking when I say this is the best chicken I have ever
Wow.
consumed.
Oh my
I made
gosh.
it with my own hands
Thank you. Yeah,
from
you did it.
Shanika's recipe. So thank you so much for being here today. I
Of course.
so adore you. I just adore you.
Same, same.
My dope little sister. I'm going to keep Shanika for just one more minute. But friends, thank you all for joining us. Thank you
Yes.
so much for coming. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time on
Yeah.
I'll Bring Dessert. I'll see you
Bye.
guys.